everyone, Oregon Coast Mama here. I know it's been a while. I was pretty disappointed with the garden for a while because the deer kept getting in, and I finally finished putting this fence up. There's our bees. It doesn't look pretty, but I think it's doing the job. And so now everything's recovering. And it's high enough so far that we haven't had any issues again. So I'll go ahead and go inside and show you what's been going on. So I was trying to make it out here before the sun got too bright, but I don't know if I've made it. So here's my really cheesy looking fence around the garden. We went out of town for a week and we put the garden on automatic waterer. So it's been doing really well, so we've just left it there. There's some basil in a pot. And some pickling cucumbers, and I've actually already took like 3 or 4 off of here. And here's a little one. I was kind of doing a test run. It's actually mostly sand here, and so you can tell that this little muncher cucumber doesn't love it, but it's doing okay. We had our sweet peas growing here, and some new ones I planted will start growing because these ones have pretty much had for a while, so they're starting to die. Here I have the potatoes. I think I have some red potatoes and some either russet or gold. Can't remember which one. And we ended up with a couple more roosters. So that's what you're hearing in the background. And here's some squash, cucumbers, and I just started throwing seeds everywhere because at one point I was just kind of like, whatever, if it's going to grow, it's going to grow, and if it's not, it's not. So I have bush beans in here, yellow crookneck squash, and some summer squash. We have some nasturtiums almost in every bed. This one has some flowering cilantro, and then I have a bunch of tomatoes in here. And then I put some dill and some romaine. Oh, my shadow's in the way. And some lettuce and some spinach, and it's starting to grow. Here I have some pumpkins. And so the pumpkins were already growing here must have been composted in. And like I said, at one point I just started throwing everything in the bed. So I have broccoli and bush beans, some nasturtiums in here, some carrots, and some radishes, or beets or radishes, I can't remember. And then this one's just kind of not doing great. I don't think the soil's that awesome. And then here I have some tomatoes I started in the greenhouse that are growing a little bit slower. I need to deal with this tomato that I bought that's dying a little bit. And I think I have parsley in here too, and some basil. Here's some nasturtium and some bush beans. And then the cilantro again that's flowering. I just left it because our bees like that kind of stuff. And there's some marigolds. Yeah. So the marigolds I started from seed did not do well at all. I don't even know where they're at. So I think I bought these ones. Those ones, or no, maybe I planted these. I don't remember. The blueberries did good. You're my little dog. We got ourselves a dog. Baby. I have her hooked up right now because she wants to eat the rooster. What baby doing? So you can't really see, but those were the blueberries, and they did good, except for there's some eggs sitting there. Here's the raspberries, and here is the chicken coop we built. It's been working out pretty well, but we have our roosters out because they've been harassing the girl chickens. We have some kale, some potatoes, and some onions in here. And some chives and some sunflowers I randomly threw in here, and onions and garlic and some nasturtium. And here's some onion, chives, and Brussels sprouts that got completely eaten down to the nubs by deer, so I don't really expect anything from them. And then I just randomly started putting all my squash seeds everywhere, so they're probably not mixed with anything they're supposed to be mixed with, but at some point I was just like, whatever, it's just, if it works, it works. And then I think this is, I forgot what this was. Echinacea. It's a really pretty flower. Pretty sure it's Echinacea. And then more Brussels sprouts. They're all starting to grow back, but I don't really expect them to actually grow into Brussels sprouts since I don't have a lot of growing season left. So I live on the Oregon coast and our summer's probably almost over. So here's our asparagus. I still need to give them a little bit of support. Everything's falling down. And then, like I said, here's some summer squash I just randomly placed here. And then the artichokes still aren't doing great. And then here's my best bed of, you can kind of see the asparagus. And then I have tomatoes and then a butternut squash on these. So we'll see if that works out. And then what's here? Oh, a purple asparagus and some bell peppers that aren't going to grow because they got ate down to little sticks. And some nasturtium and maybe some pumpkin. Here's more. Oh. Here's more broccoli. A lot of nasturtiums. And I have a tomato in there. I know broccoli is not supposed to grow with tomato, but I just decided to leave it. At this point, it's like, it doesn't even matter. So here's a bunch of tomatillo. A lot of it grew from last year. This bed right here. And I planted 4 new ones that I bought. And then there's a bunch of tomato in there too. So I think I'm going to have plenty of tomatillos to make some salsa verde with. So that's what's been going on in here. It's kind of a mess. I haven't really dealt with weeds I've just thrown down. We'll go look in the greenhouse. Hi, baby, my baby. It's me girl. Here's some carrots. And there are some artichokes in here and some random tomatillo that just started growing because I think I accidentally left it just sitting in the garden when it died off last year. There's a sunflower that's getting a little too tall. There's random cosmos that started growing, and then there's tomato and some other random tomatillo. Some sage and I think rosemary here I got from my mother-in-law. It's a mess in here, so there's nothing really going on in the greenhouse now. But we'll see. Maybe we'll have some carrots to pick. Every time I pick them, they're like little teeny tiny non-edible sticks, so maybe next year we'll do better. Anyways, hope all of you have been having a good summer. Thanks for watching. Bye.